Hi everyone, my name is Matt. I'm the youth and family pastor at Cornerstone Church in Marshfield. I'm here today with your Cornerstone Connection, a daily devotional. Well, friends, today I'm going to take you to the book of 2 Chronicles, and if you've been tracking with us in our Bible reading plan, you know that in the previous chapters to chapter 17, we have seen that Asa, Asa has been on the throne of Judah. Now, here's the thing with Asa is he had some good moments in life, but he had some not so good moments in life. And then we get to chapter 17, and Asa's died back in chapter 16, and in chapter 17, his son assumes the throne. And he's got a much longer name, much cooler name. His name is Jehoshaphat. So Jehoshaphat assumes the throne of Judah, and he becomes king. And here's what I want to point out before I do much more reading and explaining. In verse 12 of chapter 17, this little phrase is tucked into the chapter. And it says this in verse 12, at the very beginning of it, it says, "And Jehoshaphat grew steadily greater." And Jehoshaphat grew steadily greater. Now, when I read a statement like that, things like that just really stick out to me when I read the Bible, because I don't just want to pull that little sentence and go, okay, that's enough for me. No, I want to go beyond that sentence. I want to look into the context and dig into the chapter and find out what is it that caused Jehoshaphat to grow steadily greater. Because if you're like me, in life, as a husband, as a father, as an employee, as in my job as a pastor, I want to grow steadily greater, not in a way of becoming prideful and arrogant, but growing in effectiveness, growing in efficiency, growing in love, growing in joy, growing in peace. I want to grow steadily greater in the things of God. And so it's always great to look into the text and go, okay, if Jehoshaphat was growing steadily greater as king of Judah, what was he doing in his life that would cause him to have that kind of growth? Because here's what we know about his father Asa. We know that at the end of his life, it says in verse 12 of chapter 16, it says, "In the 39th year of his reign, Asa was diseased in his feet, and his disease became severe. Yet, even in his disease, he did not seek the Lord, but he sought help from physicians." So Asa didn't have a great end. You wouldn't probably say he grew greater because he didn't seek the Lord anymore, even when he was going through difficulty. But what about his son, Jehoshaphat? What did Jehoshaphat notice his father didn't do? And what did Jehoshaphat choose to do, leading him to grow steadily? Isn't that great? He didn't spike up in greatness. He grew steadily greater as his life went on, as his reign in Judah went on. So what led to that? That's the question. What is the path to true greatness? And we're talking about greatness in the kingdom of God, which is much different than the greatness that our world tries to tell us we need to try and achieve. So let's find out. Let's go to 2 Chronicles chapter 17. We're going to read from verses 1 through 6, and you're going to see the contributors to Jehoshaphat's greatness in his reign as king of Judah. It says, "Jehoshaphat his son reigned," that's Asa's son, "reigned in his place and strengthened himself against Israel. He placed forces in all the fortified cities of Judah and set garrisons in the land of Judah and in the cities of Ephraim that Asa his father had captured." So militarily, he's doing some good things, but I don't think those are really the keys to the path of greatness that Jehoshaphat is on. Verse 3, "The Lord was with Jehoshaphat because," now listen, "because he walked in the earlier ways of his father David. He did not seek the Baals, but he sought the God of his father, and he walked in his commandments, and not according to the practices of Israel. Therefore, the Lord established the kingdom in his hand. And all Judah brought tribute to Jehoshaphat, and he had great riches and honor." Listen to this now. "His heart was courageous." Now that's great. But listen to this. "His heart was courageous in the ways of the Lord." Right? "And furthermore, he took the high places and the Ashram out of Judah," these places of worship of other gods, the gods that weren't the one true God. He knocked them out. He got rid of them. And so we continue to read, and we get to verse 12, and it says, and Jehoshaphat grew steadily greater. So what is the path to true greatness? What does Jehoshaphat show us as a model if we truly want to be great in the kingdom of God, not in the kingdom of this world? It's to seek the Lord and not seek after other gods, not have other idols that we are seeking after. It's to be courageous and to be strong and be brave in the ways of the Lord, not in the ways of man. And if there be any sort of sin that's amongst us, around us, or in our homes, like the high places in the ashram, we knock them out, we get rid of them. And we cut those things off so that our eyes can be solely fixed on God himself and trust in him. That, friends, is the path to true greatness.